Hi, we are the Potty Mouths.
We have come together today to remind you that there are people and animals out there that could be in need.
Helping those in need is good for your soul and proves to the world that you are not an asshole.
Whether you throw your spare change at a Santa with a bell or donate a large sum to charity, giving is giving.
Also, don't forget to find out how much that bitch you hate at work donated, and donate more.
It proves that you are awesome and she is a total bitch.
So please remember, during this holiday season, to be someone's hero and give.
Give. Welcome to Potty Mouths. This is Stephanie.
This is Bert.
This is Brad.
And today we've come together to talk about giving shit to other people who need it. So, how are you going to talk about giving shit, Stephanie? Well, there was actually a story recently in the news that kind of inspired this episode. Tips on how to give back without getting fucked over. So you can actually give to shit charities that barely exist, or people fraudulently having GoFundMes to raise a shitload of money for events that never fucking occurred.
I'm always worried about that.
Right? I mean, like, especially, and I hate to say it, but like, especially, and I know GoFundMe has their own legal team and whatnot, but just given to a person. It's one thing if, like, your brother's best friend's house caught on fire and whatever. I mean, you know that person. You could literally go up to that person's house and knock on the door and be like, what the fuck did you do with my $20? But, like, just donating to fucking random people sharing shit on Facebook, and it's so far down, like, the telephone line, you know, the game that you play in kindergarten, you don't even know, like, is this for real? Is this the real story? And I hate to say it, too. All these people that keep getting put on blast on social media for faking having cancer and shit. What a total piece of shit.
One of the most upsetting ones I've seen on GoFundMe was the whole Dr. Ford thing with the whole Brett Kavanaugh thing. Somebody started a GoFundMe account for her with almost raised over $1 million. Now, this is a woman that claimed to be touched, raped, or whatever 30-plus years ago, before I was even born. And they raised all this money up for her because they felt sorry. This woman was a doctor. She had a good career at her, and they can't validate these things are true or not.
Before anybody even says the word fucking trial, this dude could be 100% fucking innocent, and they've already raised $1 million fucking dollars for the bitch with a good job.
So, with all that being said, I don't know if she took the money or not. Pretty sure she did. Some people raised money for Brett Kavanaugh, too. Hey, we're sorry you've been going through this. This man's like, nope. I am not accepting this. I thank everybody for what you've done, but I'm not going to accept this money.
Yeah.
I don't need it, but I do appreciate your all support. And that was that. I haven't heard anything about old Dr. Ford giving any money back. And then I know a bunch of the other accusers, I don't know if they had GoFundMe raised for them or not, but they had one of them recently came out and said that she made it all up.
So they were getting paid to say this shit so that people could be like, I feel sorry for these chicks, and raise more money for these fucking bitches. And in what fucking universe does money cure your fucking deep-seated fucking secrets and shit?
I don't know. Money could cure a lot for me.
They say money can't bring happiness, but you give it to me and let me find that out on my own.
Exactly.
All right? Let me find that out on my own. But no, GoFundMe, the idea is a great thing, and I can see where it can be used for really good things.
And, like, sometimes I found my friends and family in a pinch, and I thought about doing a GoFundMe, but my fucking friends won't even listen to my goddamn podcast.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, what's up with you, friends?
Yeah, friends. You know who you're talking about. Yeah, bringing back the fuck you, Terry, from Weird People Science.
But no, I just like there are horrible fires that I think they just now got it contained in Southern California. There's a bunch of GoFundMes. There are people who lost their lives, lost everything, and I get it, and it's super sad and everything else. But what a lot of people aren't considering is a lot of those people who lost their homes and everything, this fire happened in a very, very rich neighborhood. And that's not saying that those people are less important because they have money. But I don't want to see GoFundMe money going to those people who had millions of dollars, had $1 million homes. I mean, Miley Cyrus lost her home. Sorry, Miley Cyrus. But guess what? If somebody tries to GoFundMe for you, that's sick. You should automatically just say, no, I cannot accept it. I have money.
Yeah, really.
I believe, not Clive Owen, but Gerard Butler, he lost his home. A lot of people have lost their home, and it's super sad. And they're not, these people aren't asking for money. Don't think they're doing that. But I just got a feeling that people are, oh, these poor people, we should give them money. These people are rich. They had insurance.
They can afford fucking home insurance.
Yeah.
Let's look at the people that didn't have insurance, or the firefighters who lost their lives making above minimum, whatever firefighters make, I don't know.
Or the animals.
Or the animals. I mean,
Amen.
the communities and everything else who are already completely overtaxed by the state of California, who have their money given to people who don't need it, like immigrants coming over and taking welfare, that sort of thing. These communities don't have that money. So the GoFundMe, should go to help these communities, not these individuals who are rich. But at the same time, I don't feel bad for these rich people because they did have money. They had insurance more likely. But they live in a state where they made it illegal to cut up timber and stuff a few years ago. The reason they cut the timber up and cut down dead trees and everything is so fires like this can't spread. So it's just like, now with a GoFundMe, you're going to pay for somebody else's stupid idea or lack of effort. It's like somebody saying that they're going to lose their house. They got a mortgage for $500,000, but they were making minimum wage at McDonald's. Are you really going to try to help that person save their house when they knew they shouldn't have been able to afford that? When you are busting your butt, working your tail off, trying to get ahead in life and do everything on your own? GoFundMes are being misused in that respect, I feel. So for the communities out there, yes. But if you guys want to start it for these celebrities and everything, these people are well off. It's not needed.
Yeah, and they got 1 billion fans. Don't think you're kissing people's ass so you can post on.
Let's help the right people. Let's help the communities. Let's help the animals out. Let's help the firefighters' families. So.
I've got some good information on being able to help the appropriate people for some of these situations, including the wildfires. But on some of our tips on how to give back, it doesn't have to be GoFundMes for rich people, especially not Miley Cyrus. One of the things that you can do is pack stockings for the homeless. You buy like some stockings. You can get them at the dollar store, and you pack them full of practical items, not like Christmas candy and shit. Pack them full of granola bars, water bottles, toothbrushes, toothpaste, gloves, socks, hats, and then when you're approached by somebody who's homeless or in need, you just give them a stocking full of shit that they probably do need.
Like beers.
Yeah.
Celery.
I mean, and if you're going to give them beers and celery, you have to get them wings, too.
No. Stay away from the celery. I mean, it might be recalled next like the romaine. Buy them bacon. Right. There's not been a bacon recall this year.
I'm telling you what now, romaine's going to kill more people than them wildfires. That's how everybody's going down in 2018.
Earth's finding a way to cleanse itself for the animals.
It has developed the virus to kill the virus, the antibodies.
Yes.
Creepy.
Yeah. But there's a lot of groups out there, too, that say they're charity and they're non-profit, but they're a bunch of crooks, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to them.
So I worked at a place where we teamed up with United Way every year. That's fine. They talk about how they help the communities and everything else, this, that, and the other. We watched this promo video of the football players from the NFL because they're a big United Way. They're like, yeah, we're here to help the community. So a lady I had worked with at this place lost her job. She was in a bad financial situation. She had donated to United Way for like 2 or 3 years in her 4 years there. And she reached out to them like, we're sorry, but you don't meet any eligibility requirements. She's like, I got 30 kids. I'm unemployed single mother. How do I not? Well, you're not necessarily the region. We're looking for the metro Cincinnati. You're in Kentucky. Well, our plant that we worked at was in Kentucky. So that company was coming down here getting donations from us to give to a whole other group, not eligibility. So I thought that was wrong. The further thing I think is wrong is that the CEO for like the United Way makes a boatload of money. It's 6-digit figure.
Yeah, you can find out how much all these CEOs for all these non-profits make.
Yeah, and I mean, that company may not make a profit. They call it operating cost, Clinton Foundation. But these CEOs, these vice presidents, these executives of this, they are making bank for what they are doing. Now, this isn't all of these companies.
No,
United Way is up there. Goodwill is another one. Everybody thinks, I'm donating to Goodwill. I'm helping a cause. I don't know how much actually goes to the veterans they're trying to help out, but from what I understand, it's
less than 3 cents.
It's very, very little.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. So for every dollar worth donating,
for every dollar you donate to the Goodwill, less than 3 cents makes it back to the community.
So 97% overhead is what Goodwill's operating off of.
Pretty much.
That is ridiculous. So let's go to one I'm super happy about. I will always support, and that's the Salvation Army. Salvation Army CEO makes less than $30,000 a year, It is her second job. She works another job where she makes her real money, her real career. Not saying that the Oregon Salvation Army isn't, but she has to make a living too because she donates her salary back every year to the Salvation Army to do good for the country. I do Angel Tree every year.
Yeah, Birch Job has Angel Tree, which is a super, super, super nice program.
Yep. 5th year I've done it. I love doing it because we're helping kids out with Christmas gifts they might not normally get. When my family was in a rough situation when I was younger, we were on Angel Tree at least 3 times. I love being able to do it.
Reference, though. So Birch Job does Angel Tree. I asked Brad, I text Brad up before this episode, I'm like, hey, what does your job do in the way of giving back to the community? Brad's job doesn't do anything. Brad, you need to bring that up at the next meeting.
I don't give a shit enough to.
Brad! You should. So...
It's crazy. And like I said, Salvation Army does a bunch of other good stuff, too. The Santa Claus folks outside the stores. I'm getting a dirty look from Stephanie because I'm still on her thunder, so I'm going to shut up now.
You're on fucking fire tonight.
Long pause.
Anyway, tip number 2, besides listening to Bert bitch about shit.
Hey, we learned it last episode. I can do that well. So
donate toys and clothes to a local shelter or non-profit. But remember, like, paper goods are always needed too. Paper goods, hygiene products, makeup, like for women's shelters and stuff, clothing items. It's not just like canned food and, or like your old wardrobe. Paper goods are huge. Toilet paper.
Yep, toiletries,
paper
personal
towels,
hygiene products, those are a big deal. Those are things they're always lacking on. Socks and underwear are other items that are really low.
Feminine hygiene product, tampons, pads, shit like that.
Food, unless it's a specific food drive, a lot of these charitable donation company situations, not corporations, but nonprofits, they don't like getting food because a lot of them do food in mass. And 1 or 2 cans of like tomato puree is not enough. I mean, unless it's a specific food drive like the football teams doing all that, which is fine.
What's the one that Kroger's doing? We just saw it today.
What do you mean?
Food from the Heart or something like that.
Food from the Heart. That's one. The food store.
Yeah,
it's another one they do during Labor Day. I mean, these are all things they want food or money to help donate, and which is awesome. But if like you're just running straight out to help the Salvation Army out or something along those lines. Food is not a good thing to do. The hygiene items are good. Cash is always good.
So another thing that you could do is visit a nursing home. Take the family to a local nursing home. Schedule an appointment first. And you can also take pets.
So with that, I was in a leadership program when I was in high school where for 3 hours during this 2-day seminar we were at, we went to a nursing home. And I will tell you, there are 2 types of people at a nursing home. You have the fun-loving type of individual that will tell you the stories of the olden days and how they loved their grandkids and some of the sad parts of their life. And then you have others that feel like you are the most annoying person in the room, and they will move away from you and move to an area where visitors aren't allowed and look at you through the window wondering why you're still there.
And for those people, that's why you should also bring in your pets. Brad, would you take some turtles up to a nursing home and hang out with some old folks?
Maybe.
Your dog would love it.
Yeah, she probably would.
Princess Leia.
The only point I'm trying to make there is not everybody is going to welcome you with open arms. There will be some that will. It's still a good thing to do. I'm not discouraging anybody from it. But if you feel like you're not wanted there, you're probably not by somebody. Let them have their space. Don't just ignore them. But if they move on.
Don't get up in these people's faces and shit.
Yeah,
you're going to know who wants visitors.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to sit down with that individual who will just tell you some of the funniest jokes from the 50s and the 60s and his time in World War II, which I'm basing this off personal reference. It was the one gentleman that totally blew us off was upset and angry with us, even though because we annoyed him on his Sunday or whatever. The other gentleman was an absolute pleasure to be around, and yeah, it was good for him to see all these people. So
tip number 4, adopt a family. So just in case you were like, don't give me that look.
No, I got my own family.
So listen. If you don't want to give to a big nonprofit and you want to see exactly where your money is going to, you can actually contact. There's a bunch of companies that do this, and churches too. Where you can adopt a certain family. So you call them. They're like, who's in need? Oh, the Smiths are in need, and then you get a list about the Smiths. So their oldest son wants a basketball and their youngest daughter wants a Barbie and they would like some coats or whatever. And you're basically adopting that family for Christmas. So you would buy for them the way that you would buy for your other family members, but just that specific family. You would be like their personal Santa. I like that.
No, that's pretty cool. I appreciate when people can do that. I know families that would struggle with that. I mean, it's very similar to the angel tree, but I could see where they would struggle. I mean, they may be embarrassed by the situation they may be in. Something that I know people have done, I don't know if you've had this in your list or not, Stephanie, is go to the local school and pay off some kids' lunch bills.
Yeah.
I mean, simple to the point. You don't have to care what who's the kid is or anything. Just go, hey, how many unpaid lunch bills are there? And to school, be like, well, I would like to give $100 to pay somebody's off. I don't know how all schools react, but I know a local school in the area was very friendly with it when somebody made a suggestion. And that family didn't have to get that lunch bill for that month.
Them lunch fucking bills, man.
How much is a lunch nowadays?
I don't know. I just know we send a $100 check like every 6 weeks.
Is that for the youngest?
No, just
the oldest. Almost $5 a day.
I remember it was like 90 cents when I was like...
Reduced lunch was 45 cents. I remember that. We were poor. We were on reduced lunch.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. The youngest, all right, he's half day. If he was full day, he'd be like $2.75.
Wow.
The oldest is almost $5 a day.
Jesus Christ.
Right? So, like, I can get Wendy's fucking 4 for $4.
Yeah, for real.
Right?
Did that today.
Well,
man.
I mean, we couldn't. This pissed me off, man. Season of giving. I'm gonna bitch for a second. I asked for my baconator.
Prepare for rent.
I asked my baconator with no bun because I can't eat the bun. She didn't hear me no bun, and I got a bun. So 1, I hate wasting, so I had to throw the bun away. 2, I wanted to fucking eat the bun, but I couldn't.
3, the bun held most of the cheese.
Yes, I got no fucking cheese because my bun absorbed all the cheese.
So she gave the cheese-ridden bun to the trash can.
And she should have just listened to me when I said no bun. Right. See, tip number 5, donate to a food bank, find a food drive. I mean, that's pretty standard. Most schools do it. I find that lately... people ask, because I'm a canned good hoarder. And it used to be my oldest, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every spring, there was like a food drive at his school where you'd have to like lug in like 800 pounds of canned goods. They don't really do them much anymore.
Really?
So if you find that your child's school doesn't do that much anymore, Kroger's, what's a couple other businesses you guys have seen that have like the food bins sitting out front?
Kroger, Target, like I said, a lot of the sporting events, like I know the Bengals do a food drive every once in a while. Some fire departments, churches are always taking food because they're generally trying to build up for their flock. I don't know the proper word for people that go to church since we don't go to church.
The group?
I want to say partitioners, something like that.
The flock sounds about right.
So there might be members of the flock that are struggling. They will take donations so they can help provide a Christmas dinner or a Thanksgiving dinner. Once again, my family, when I was younger, partook, whatever. We got a food box from church at least a couple of times.
Doesn't the YMCA and the YWCA also do food drives?
What's YWCA?
I don't know. There's one in Williamsburg, Ohio. I got my
YWCA.
Yeah, the YWCA.
So that was the Young Women Christian Athletes.
I think so. It was something to do with women, and because I was a single mom in need, I got my first ever food box from them. Powdered milk, y'all. What a horrible fucking situation. Powdered milk and powdered eggs. Oh my God.
Well, don't they give you like those big cans of government peanut butter and shit?
I mean, yeah, which, not gonna lie. So I got some
pantries that do that.
I got some cheese sauce and some fucking peanut butter, and it was great. But then powdered eggs and powdered milk, man. If you can donate food, donate something better than that. I mean, I'm talking like some canned pears and shit because these eggs.
It's terrible, but I remember in school we did some food drives. And some kid brought in dog food. They took the wrapper off and wrote like cream of corn.
Oh, shit.
Split pea soup. I mean, he wrote stuff on it. That's what this is.
Oh, God.
It was dog food.
Oh my god, kids!
Absolutely terrible. It was funny at the time, but I really feel
feel
so
like-
horrible for the family that got
I
that.
feel terrible. I'm even laughing at it.
Yeah, but also too, what if those people had a dog and they opened it up and they were like, "Hot damn!
Yeah.
They fed me and my little fur babies."
The fucking dog's eating better than the family.
I mean, that's for good animal parents. That's how it is.
Oh, I think they say though, like American dogs probably eat better than like most African people, like in.
In
Oh, yeah.
third world countries.
Yeah,
Our
third
pets
world
in
countries.
America, not all pets, because I mean a lot of them are straight and everything.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the animals that people actually take care of. I mean, I could see that.
Yeah, we buy our fat cat, Delilah. She gets a can of Thanksgiving dinner, and she gets canned food for Christmas dinner.
Which we didn't do, by the way. We didn't get her kids.
Yeah, this fucking Thanksgiving was a shit show. Like, mentally, just me trying to remember everything. She didn't get her canned dinner, but, you know, she can't eat that much because she's on a special diet.
She's fat.
She's fat and she has asthma. So she's on a special diet, or she'll get the diabetes.
All right. Tip number 6.
Take lunches to people who work during the holidays, police stations, fire departments, hospitals, stuff like that. So some retailers just pack up some lunches and shit, or some gift cards to restaurants and stuff. Take them in and drop them off.
Yeah, it follows the Meals on Wheels thing. I see here a lot of ads
Yeah.
for that during this time of year where donate your lunch hour to take a meal to an elderly person or somebody with a disability, which is a pretty cool thing to do.
And let me tell you, when, like, first of all, you have to be away from your families. Second of all, everyone else is enjoying themselves but you. And thirdly, if you're working for the public that's now off work, you're about to hit a fucking wall of bullshit. I mean, just I imagine the fire department from all the damn fucking blazing ass deep fried fucking turkeys. The cops from all the domestic disputes and drunk fucking uncles. All the Black Friday madness. All the accidents from people overindulging and driving. And
By the way,
and then the retailers.
did you get final statistics of deaths from Black
Oh
Friday?
no, I need to look that up because I think I won.
Well, just give yourself $5 because you take my money anyway. So, Brad, you're on your own.
Yeah, I think Brad. I think you lost because not.
Well, thank you.
You said you said no people would die for
Yeah,
the
at least
Black
one
Friday
died.
thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we were watching something. We
Two bitches. Two. All right. Two. I shouldn't sound so excited about
You're
that.
a horrible
Yeah.
I'm a horrible
person.
I just never win these things, and I just won. It was 2 deaths and an additional 6 injuries for this Black Friday because the
I had injuries too. I don't know how many I put
the
down.
death and injury count was 10 and 111, and now it's 12 and 117.
Yeah, we're gonna have to re-listen to the pod to find out.
I'm
exact details.
I'm pretty sure I said 2 and then like 6 injuries. I think I was closest.
You're a terrible person.
I am a
Steph.
terrible fucking person.
You are a class act.
It's the giving episode, and
It's the
she
gi-
sounds like her favorite fucking football team scored a touchdown.
Yeah, she's a world class act.
Yes, she is.
Hashtag torture house.
Oh my god. Hey, look. All right. This is how I give back. I may think it's a little exciting that I won by guessing some random ass shit, but then
Why don't you do that with a lottery ticket?
But
That'd be a
then-
whole lot easier.
then
better
we
for
do
me.
but then we do the giving episode and it makes it all better.
Now, why don't you give me some winning lottery numbers?
Also, to make it easier to donate, a lot of these companies have a text to donate option. So it's not like you have to pack up half your fucking household and drive off to somewhere and donate it. You could just sit on your couch while you're watching YouTube and text to donate.
Or when somebody's trying to have a conversation with you and you're wanting to look busy, be like, excuse me, I have to donate. And you can donate on your phone. Because you're not taking your face away from it anyway.
Exactly, especially not your new one.
What else you got?
So, number 7, maximize your purchasing power. So, certain credit cards will give you a certain amount of money that they will donate to a charity that, you know, per what you spend. So, if you spend like $1,000 on your credit card, they'll give a certain percentage of that to a nonprofit.
Yeah, Amazon does that, like Amazon Smile. They'll
Yeah.
donate if you spend so much money. So that's pretty cool.
So, I just thought, you know, if you're going to spend, it's like a double whammy. You've got this credit card for all your Christmas bullshit, and then As you're spending for your family, you're also spending for other families. And the better Christmas your family has, the better Christmas some other family has. I just think that if you're going to donate, get more bang for your buck, man. Help as many people as you can, you know?
Absolutely. Jeff Bezos, good job with Amazon. Spend a little more.
Yeah, I use Amazon Smile.
I don't.
It'll come up and be like, hey, your total is this much. Would you like to donate? Yada, yada. It's usually the dialogue box you probably click exit on.
I don't even read it. Not going to lie.
Yeah, it's not from the app. You can actually go to like Amazon.smile or some shit like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I'm always on the app.
Yeah, you can't do it through the app.
Oh, well. I'm going to have to look into that because we some Amazon users.
Yes, I am as well.
Yes.
So, number 8, serve a holiday meal, like at soup kitchens or shelters. I've never personally done this, but I watched it on Golden Girls, and it looked pretty successful. Don't laugh at me.
Yeah, I saw it on a sitcom, too. I feel for those people.
Well, I mean, damn, it shows that you care. Sometimes all you have to do is be there.
Agreed.
I just
Your reference that you saw it on Golden Girls.
I love Golden Girls.
Thank you for serving some soup.
Shut up. You're mean. So, if you're like one of these trendy people that actually has friends, number
Hashtag
9.
not us.
Yeah. Number 9, you can host a charitable bake sale. So, if you make some sweet-ass cakes and brownies or cookies, and you actually have friends, sell that shit and then use the money to donate to charity. Or raise money for a certain charity. Number 10, donate blood. This is important for me because I'm O negative.
Universal.
I'm universal, and there's a shortage right now in the area. I gotta let them pump me dry.
When was the last time you donated?
It's been about 6 years, but I have that complication. My insulin resistance and my blood sugar. I can only donate when I'm 100%. They have to test me before I donate.
Load you full of cookies.
Actually, orange juice and brownies does the trick for me because when they start pumping all that shit out of me, my blood sugar drops way down and I lose all color and I start getting ready to pass out.
Jeez.
But they just keep pumping me full of brownies and orange juice and I'm just like, take it! Take it all!
You're replenishing what you're taking out. Oh, it works that way, but okay.
No, it just makes me feel better, but also
I haven't donated in a
I miss
while.
brownies and orange juice.
I'm A positive. I haven't donated in forever, so.
Brad, when's the last time you donated blood?
I don't think they want my blood.
Well, I mean, the alcohol content, but I mean...
It's probably diseased.
what kind of disease do you think you have?
No comment.
Oh, wowzers.
Now I'm worried.
Nah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time.
It's been forever for me.
My dad and I used to go like twice a year, and then my blood sugar went tits up with all the hypothyroidism stuff, and like sometimes I just can't, and other times I tell them my list of medical conditions, and they're like, we don't need you, but right now there is a serious shortage of O negative, so I'm just going to have to be like, am I healthy enough today?
Yeah, so if you all can, donate blood.
Yeah, especially you O negative people. It's a universal blood type. They can pump you into anybody, right? Yeah, anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not even the rare blood types, which is what, AB?
AB negative or
Negative.
something.
And also, if you're AB negative, help a brother out.
Everybody donate.
So, as we're talking about all these charitable ways to give back and tips on how to get more bang for your buck when you're donating back, if you're wondering if your job or your school or whatever is actually giving back to an appropriate charity, I found the perfect fucking website for this.
Credit Donkey? Greatest website ever.
CharityWatch.org. So they actually grade all of these charity sites by
Like all of them? Every
all
one?
of them. Like there's like 60 fucking pages from A+ all the way down to F.
Our special guest speaker has arrived. Odin, would you like to say hi?
Does anyone else out there have problems with their cat sitting on their papers they're reading from while recording?
Say hi, Odin.
Dude, you're gonna have to get off my papers. Oh my god, why do you do this to me? Anyway, CharityWatch.org. Also, another one you can go to is Give.org. They're connected with the BBB. So, But I like CharityWatch.org better because there's nothing simpler than typing in the organization's name and there being an A or whatever. Also, they're very, like, scientific about how they rate this stuff. How they grade these charities on how much money is spent to raise, like, $1. So, CharityWatch.org says that a charity should not spend more than $25 to raise $100. So anybody that raises more or spends more than $25 to raise $100, they're getting more profit than they are giving back.
Total assholes.
I wouldn't say total. I mean, they're riding the line, though. I mean, but honestly, there's plenty
97 cents out of $1. That is total asshole.
Yeah.
So, I would rather donate to the A plus and the A charities than the A minus and the B's and whatever. When you're talking about charities that are D's and F's, like, they're just taking your money. Nobody is seeing a dime. But for the forest fires, you can actually text the word CA wildfires to 90999 to make a $10 donation. So that's all you got to do. So you put in, like, who you're sending it to CA Wildfires, 90999, and it just texts $10 to them right out of your account.
I would look it up to see what that money's actually going for. Because, like I said, I don't want to go to Miley Cyrus for her to get a new house.
That is true.
So please double check where that money's going to.
But you can also send money to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation.
Totally fine with that. Those
They
guys are
fund
risking their lives.
hydration backpacks for firefighters. You can donate to the LA County Animal Care Foundation and the Pasadena Humane Society and the Humane Society of Ventura County, because let's not forget all the videos of them taking cats and dogs and shit out of these fucking wildfires.
Absolutely.
Also, CharityWatch.org has a special page for the wildfires, and then they have a special page still for Hurricane Michael donations. Also, people that you see all these Facebook ads, please go to CharityWatch.org and type in these businesses before you just start sending your money to random Facebook ads.
Yeah, a lot of them are scams, folks.
A lot of them are fucking scams. There ain't nothing more fucking depressing than trying to feel good about yourself, giving back for Christmas, and you're just texting your money to some dipshit.
Yeah. So if you go on GoFundMe and you see a GoFundMe about a podcast about a guy and his wife and her best friend who have a struggling podcast who needs more viewership or anything, that one's probably legit to donate
We're just GoFunding me for downloads. We don't need your money.
Yeah. Just download us.
We're in need.
Spread the word, people.
We're in need of downloads.
So one thing I'm thinking of, and this is from my college frat boy days, which
Oh, my
weren't
God.
very long. We had what we called the Sober Brother program. And it was pretty cool because, I mean, you know, frat boys drink. But we always want to make sure everybody got home safe. So
Brad needed this.
I was thinking along those lines, if you're not a drinker or you feel like you can not drink for a night and your friends are going to drink, be that charitable person and drive those folks home.
So that's considered charity?
If you're keeping people from driving on the road intoxicated, you're doing a good gesture, you're helping out the community, because you're going to keep them from pissing in somebody's mailbox or yard or stealing their lawn gnomes. But I will say this, and I know 2 bars that used to do it, 1 bar is no longer in business, but if you were the sober driver, you got a free appetizer and all your pop was free that night.
No one's ever given me shit for free, and I was everybody's DD every other weekend for 4 years.
2 bars. 2 bars used to do
drunks.
this. 2 bars used to do this, and one's no longer there. It used to be a B-dubs, but they would give a free appetizer. It wasn't a huge appetizer. It was like a small portion, but for that person, and they're like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, whatever the pop was they had on tap, that was
If
that was
that's
a free
considered
deal.
charity.
I thought, well, for the bar to do that, I thought that was a generous offering because it sucks to be the sober driver. Yeah.
It does.
Everybody knows that.
Legitimately, I would take some fucking potato skins or some mozzarella cheese sticks,
But if
loaded
you
fries,
want to be charitable and
and a
keep from
Coca-Cola.
horrible car accident happening, a death from happening, or just keep somebody from fucking up their car or something, I feel like that's something that somebody can do.
Then I got a story to tell you about how I saved like 10 people's lives in one night. So, I was actually going through, I've got a memory box where I keep all of my random shit from like high school and my younger years in. And Brad, I'm sure you'll remember this. I used to have a habit of every time that we would go out and do something fun, I would have everybody sign something, whether it be a napkin or a wristband from a bar we went to.
I don't think you ever had me sign anything.
Oh, no, you're on there.
No.
Empty cigarette packs, all that stuff. I found the wrist bracelet the other day from Brad's 21st birthday, where we went down to this bar on the river, and I packed a grand total of 9 people in my Oldsmobile and took them down there and drove all their asses home. Do you remember that?
I do, kind of.
There was like 4 of us in the front seat, and then 4 sitting in the back seat, and Tom was laying across everybody's lap.
Odd.
Yeah, that was a great night. I didn't know if we were going to make it, man. But yeah, I saved all these drunk people in one night.
I think that's a charitable thing to do. I really do. I mean, it's not the best charity, but it's helping people, and it can prevent something terrible from happening. And I really appreciate the bars that, helped out the sober driver and gave them at least free pop,
I feel, if you're going to be sitting at a bar and you've got a sober driver, and if they're taking 2, even 3 people home, the amount of money they're going to spend at the bar for that person to get them home safe is worth an appetizer.
I totally think so. Yeah. I think it's legit. Like I said, only 2 places knew to do it, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
I still DD occasionally. I'm gonna start asking for a free beverage. I drink water now, but I'm just gonna ask him for a Coke.
Hook you up with
if they
water.
charge you for water,
I know I ain't never going back
bar
there.
you want to go to.
Yeah, really.
But speaking of our local area, I have on Podbean.com for our personal podcast. You can see where your podcasts are coming from. We're hot in California, so
no pun intended.
Yeah. Oh shit. I just.
Woo. Damn.
So apparently, people in California listen to us, and also the second one is Ohio, our local area, Ohio and Kentucky.
People actually
Buckeyes!
So yeah, people from Ohio and Kentucky love us.
Not our friends.
Yeah,
not our friends. Okay, all strangers in Ohio and Kentucky aren't our friends yet.
Well, maybe a few friends.
We appreciate it.
Spread the word.
So I thought, because we now know that a bulk percentage of our listeners are local, that I would look up some information on how to give back locally, like for the Cincinnati-ish area. So the Salvation Army pretty much has a location everywhere. Batavia, Center Hill, West Side, Covington in Kentucky, Newport in Ohio, Chillicothe, Columbus,
Hamilton.
There's 4 in Columbus, Dayton, Delaware. There is one in Hamilton, Lima. It goes on and on. So the Salvation Army is one of the businesses where you can actually write in and adopt a family, which I think is a great program. And it's personal too. It's personal for you. It's personal from them. So you send them an email, and they send you a packet, and the packet shows you exactly what to do. You can besides adopting a whole family, you can also adopt seniors through the Salvation Army, which I think is really cool, because how many people still get their grandpa,
Makes me think of that video I just saw on Facebook. Do you remember why I showed you? Elderly gentleman, holidays, tables empty, just looking at the empty place settings and everything. So terrible. Waiting for his family to come. They never come. So he sends them all texts as the neighbor saying that he passed away, and that the wake would be at his house on such and such date. All the family shows up. His son's a doctor. His daughter's a lawyer. He's got another kid that does movies or IT or something. Here they come with all their families. They walk in the house and they see the big place setting. And he comes out from behind the door alive. Everybody's like, oh, he's still alive. And it's the moral of the story is your elderly grandparents or parents shouldn't have to do that to get to see their family.
No shit. Take care of your elderly, and if you're not going to adopt a whole family, adopt some old person. Get them some new slippers and some coupons for dentures and glasses and shit.
Or take them out drinking.
Or take them out drinking.
Yes.
You hear some great stories, I bet. So,
I mean, the more the merrier, man. I can get 9 people in an Oldsmobile.
Not counting the trunk?
No, I didn't put it. Hey, it was discussed, but we decided it would be for the best if nobody got in the trunk. But the program's similar to Adopt a Family Angel Tree, where you're just giving back to one specific child. If you want your church or your community, your neighborhood, your group, your business. Brad, since yours obviously didn't give a shit. If they want to partake in a program like Angel Tree, all you have to do is call 1-800-55-ANGEL, ANGEL, and they can send you a packet and get you a quick start kit and a video.
Oh, never mind. I think 1-888-55-ANGELs stripper
No.
in Las Vegas. So,
Oh, my God. Anyway, and it gives you training material on how to do Angel Tree.
it's a really great program, folks. It really is.
Yeah,
Those
we do
kids-
it, and it's nice, too, because you're getting one kid a present, right?
We're doing a present, a jacket, and a pair of shoes. And
Well,
I'm going
you-
to throw some extra stuff
You get
in
the
there.
same kid every year?
No.
No.
We have a selection that comes in. We choose a name, an age group, and everything. And on it says what gift they really, really want, jacket size, and shoe size.
That's pretty cool.
They're really struggling getting kids jackets.
Yeah.
So my kid this year wanted the Lego Police Chase set, a jacket size 4. Got my 5T, a little bigger because he's going to grow into it. And then I still have to get his pair of shoes. And then like I said, I'll get some socks and some like candy or something to throw in there, a little extra. So
Oh, yeah.
So we just basically adopt us a Christmas kid and send him stuff. Sometimes, and we'll pick like a girl. Like sometimes we'll pick like a little baby.
yeah, I did a baby 2 years ago, and I bought it all Star Wars stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Walmart
we'll
had
get like a
loads,
baby or we'll get a toddler. Occasionally, I mean, they have teenagers and stuff on there too. So an age group you're familiar with. An age group is the same age group of your kids. One I like buying for girls because I don't get to buy for girls much because it's mostly boys in my family. I got the one niece. So it's just a really nice program. And also, too, for the Cincinnati locals, you have Give Back Cincinnati. It's a hands-on work. So if you can't donate money, you can donate time. So with with Give Back Cincinnati, you can help build youth housing. You can help socialize people with social anxiety. You can donate food or help them with their food drives. You can clean up litter. It's basically you're donating your time to do community service for Cincinnati. If you're broke but you got a lot of time on your hands.
What's the ministries? Matthew
Matthew 20-something,
25 or something? I don't know.
21.
Great group. I've heard a lot of people go there to help volunteer. They do a little bit of everything. They help do disaster relief. I know they do stuff during the holidays. They get paint donated to them. And this is the level these folks go to. They get all this partially used paint to them. You know, somebody paints their house, they got like a gallon left or half a gallon left. They will take it on donation. They actually have volunteers come in and blend the like type of paints together so they can ship it off to third world countries where they have missionary things going on to paint neighborhoods. So they may have like 90 different types of latex paint. Whatever color that all makes, they will ship that down there and they will use that.
It'll
to paint
probably
these
be brown or
communities.
gray.
Brown, gray, whatever.
But
I mean, it's a cool thing.
Give Back Cincinnati has a similar program. I don't think they take donated paint, but one of the things that you can do with your time is they'll take groups down to like some bad neighborhoods, and you can clean up people's yards, paint their houses, just making the neighborhood look nicer. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially if you got some time on your hands and you've been wanting to do something, but you don't really have the money to give back.
Yeah, sweat equity is just as good as anything else. If you can donate a couple hours to help out a cause, I mean, the head count is needed for these sort of things. So definitely consider that. It's a great family activity. I know several people from my work that's one of their holiday things during Christmas. That time of year, their family will go down and work a soup kitchen or do something like that. So it's family tradition for some folks.
Anybody else going to donate?
I mean, I still need to give the Santa Claus outside of Walmart some money.
I've been tapped by Five Below. I've been tapped by Dollar Tree. I've been tapped by, I can't remember the name of the business, all these like halfway houses and stuff for drug addicts and alcoholics. If it's not Santa outside of Walmart, it's them. They get me every time for $5 for a bracelet.
Or sucker.
Or a sucker.
The one group
Or
is
whatever
gonna
they're
suck
selling.
Is that money going to somewhere, though?
Yeah, like I always ask for them to send me a digital receipt via text, and it's a legitimate company that raises money for these halfway houses for the drug addicts and the alcoholics. I make sure when they send me that digital receipt that it's a legitimate company.
Well, the Santa outside Walmart's usually Salvation Army, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And here lately, it's been like a lot of older people. Like there was a gentleman today for the Salvation Army in Kroger. Dude was like half asleep. You didn't hear no bell ringing. It was just like dink,
Kroger,
dink, dink. It was cold. It was dark, and he was half napping.
Yeah, I'll make sure if I donate anything, it would be to Salvation Army over Goodwill. I didn't realize how good.
Yeah, I mean, but you think you would think.
Yeah, you think charity? You think I'm doing some good?
Yeah,
and then they're not. And it's fucking sad, but this is the world we live in. You actually have to, like, find the receipts and, you know.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to say that they should not be able to make a living. These people that work for these nonprofits, they should get a good salary. I'm not going to say, but 6-digit salary. I am nowhere near a 6-digit salary, and I'm able to raise my family quite fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do a big, giant nonprofit thing, but I am in charge of my company's locales, community programs.
And these big churches and shit that, like, take up 40 fucking acres and the shit's bigger than a damn mall. Won't you give some money to smaller churches and shit?
Hashtag Joel Osteen.
Anything with charity in it, you shouldn't be making 6 figures.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, that you should be making, like the Salvation Army person, $30,000 a year tops. You know, like the charity keyword.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I can see being able to support yourself and your family if that was your
True.
full-time job. So, depending on where you're at in the region, $65,000, $70,000 may be a reasonable salary. I don't have a problem with that. But when I hear 6 digits, and I'm not just saying $101,000, it's like $250,000, $320,000, $500,000. These are huge salaries. There are CEOs for major corporations that don't make that kind of money. Yeah. When I say major corporations, I don't mean like Microsoft or something, but dollar store CEO, whatever, those kind of things.
Doctors save people every day. And if you're making more than surgeons and you're into humanities and you're running a charity, there's some hinky shit going on.
Yeah. And then, like Stephanie said, those mega churches, those guys pull bank. Yeah. I mean, bank. Why? How? Ridiculous. I mean, I have a major problem with that. This is going right back to the Middle Ages when the Pope had, like, gold rings and the bishops, I mean, they were just, you could buy your forgiveness. This is crap. Yeah, you're so worried about helping out. Yeah, throw some of your money on that friggin' offering plate and let's help those people.
Just to give you an example of some of the fucking money we're talking about for these CEOs. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, they're like I said, there's some that 6 digits I just think is way too much. But like I said, depending on the area and the level of responsibility. I mean, if you are running, I don't know, let's say you're in 8 states, you have 1,000 people reporting you. You know what? Fine, $100,000. But you're bringing in more money for the charity than what you're paying your overhead. So, a big one I have a problem with is the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah.
They are the biggest joke. I mean, they pay these people make so much money. I won't say they pay their people. Their people are their friends, their family. I mean, Chelsea Clinton works for her mom and dad. Big money that they have that's theirs. I don't remember what their value was, but like what they paid out was like 5% of what they brought in. That's it. That's ridiculous. Now, if you can do 25-75, like Steph was saying, 20-75 can go out and you're only bringing in 25 and you're able to pay yourself a 6-digit salary, I'm going to shut my mouth.
Yeah, but I mean,
I will shut my mouth. You are doing an awesome job. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. If you can do that kind of thing, you are an awesome person. But don't, I mean, it's like Girl Scout cookies. How much money are Girl Scout cookies actually go to Girl Scouts?
But legitimately, they're delicious.
Yeah, but you're paying $3.50 a box. I think they get like a nickel, a dime, a 25 cents. It's a ridiculously low amount of money. It's crap.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, throw out some salary numbers.
Let's see. Let's find some. Okay, the Shriners Hospital for Children. The guy that runs that one makes $1,899,826
a year.
A year.
What the fuck?
Includes over a $1.3 million retirement and other deferred compensation.
Said I'm fine with a retirement plan. If that's not his. It should be a 401k, 4%, 5% match like all of us other normal schmoes.
The person that runs the American Heart Association makes $1.8 million, and that includes over $900,000 in bonuses and incentive compensations. Let's see. I'm just trying to get some big names out.
That's insane.
A lot of these are private people, companies, I get it. But if you're thinking nonprofit, and remember, they are in a different tax setup than anybody else because they're non-profits.
Yeah.
They fall under whatever organizational laws and tax laws there are. So they get, like churches, don't pay taxes. Bull crap. You make a certain amount of money that's not going to charity, you should be taxed on that just like everybody else.
As in tax brackets. Once a church or a nonprofit or whoever these people are getting these tax breaks, once they hit a certain threshold, they should have to pay taxes.
Yep. See, and I work and I barely get by, and no, I would never give my money to that shit. No way, ever.
It upsets me because there's so many out there, and people are like, oh, they're doing such good work. But they could be doing better work because they're money hungry and they're holding on to a lot of it.
St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, the main chairman, makes $1.2 million.
See, I have an issue with that. I really like what St. Jude does for kids. But they're always asking for money, and I am happy to donate.
I've given to St. Jude several times.
That guy's, it's one hospital, right? It's not like he has 30 hospitals. I mean, don't get me wrong, they pay for everything for these families and everything. That's great. Could he be a 6-digit salary? I have no problem with that. 100 grand, 150 grand, fine. Because it's good that they do.
You're working for your pay.
7 digits? Really? Really? That is ridiculous.
If you're raking in the money for the people, you should also be raking it in for yourself.
I'd Scrooge McDuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, except for animals.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If they're pocketing the change, too, they can kiss my ass as well.
Quick, but like I said, though, I'll take all this back if they're only keeping 25% of every dollar they bring in.
Yeah, if they're doing that, donations.
If they are keeping only 25%, since that seems to be a good guideline, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
If they're able to do that, they are amazing. Why aren't we electing these people in the Congress, House Representatives? Because then they can fix our budget problems if they can make that happen.
For real.
So, before Bert blows a fucking gasket...
Oh, it's blown, baby. Steam's coming out.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you're in rare form. We can't fucking record this late ever again. So,
It's the topic.
I'm going to read a couple of good ones. The ones from CharityWatch.org where, they're A+ or A charities. Just real quick, a couple. Child Find of America, Prevent Child Abuse America, the National Office, Marine Toys for Tots. You got to be careful with Toys for Tots. If it's the Marines, go ahead and give them all your money.
Yeah, they're great guys.
A company called Unbound. They cover everything. Domestic violence, kids, food drives, everything. And one I didn't know, PetSmart, man. PetSmart's an A+ charity.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'd probably donate to PetSmart.
The Wildlife Conservation Society, the Marine Mammal Center, the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, the Cancer Research Institute, Global Fund for Women, the Conservation Fund, the Waterkeeper Alliance, Waterworks, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is an A+ charity. Also, the NRA. The NRA is listed as an A+ charity.
So, not to bring politics into this, but I have to in this one. Liberals can suck that, okay? They beat out so many other charities.
Yeah.
So, all you celebrities and people that think they're such an evil organization, you really need to go get your facts straight and look into them. I mean, they don't make the guns. They just want people to have their gun rights. And it looks like they're doing some good in the community.
Also, vaccinate your children. For fuck's sakes, polio's back. What the fuck?
36 kids in Virginia or West Virginia. Oh, no, New Jersey. Somewhere on the East Coast. All got friggin' chickenpox. Whole school. Ridiculous. So, flat earthers, the world is a sphere.
We already got some enemies. You better shut your fucking mouth.
Hashtag torture house. Vaccinate your kids. Don't be dissing on organizations that are doing a lot of good out there. Seems like the NRA is trying to do their part.
Yeah, because most of their donations are to victims of gun violence and the police department. So.
Yep, so. Yeah, you guys just keep yelling that line. Don't do GoFundMes for the celebrities out in California. They got money. They got insurance. Let's help out the community, not the individual people.
If you see a woman wanting to GoFundMe for a guy that spent his last $20 on her because she's broke down on the side of the road, it's a scam.
Yeah, think about this. If somebody is trying to keep somebody from becoming Supreme Court Justice or one of those guys, probably not a good thing to give them money, especially when they have doctor in front of their name. Because that just means that they're probably doing all right for themselves. They were able to go to school that long.
If Chris Prather puts a GoFundMe on Facebook, do not donate.
I can second that.
But if you see Potty Mouths, we're not looking for money. We're looking for
Downloads.
subscribers, downloads, likes, shares. That's what we're looking for.
We're looking to make Christmas really good when I look at my downloads every 20 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know, like, I'll look at the downloads and I'll be like, oh, we got 30 now. And Brad's like, yeah, no, I just checked. So we're addicted to checking downloads. So, like,
Make us rich in downloads, folks, please. But no, I mean, there are good companies out there or bad companies there. If you don't know, research. Don't just go by one thing you heard. The internet is one of those places.
CharityWatch.org.
Yeah, that's a good one. But the internet is a place where you're going to have lies and truths. Look it all over. Then use that to help you decide for yourself.
And when in doubt, just adopt a family, man. Just adopt a family.
Go to your local school and pay some kid's lunch bill off.
Contact the Salvation Army. They'll let you adopt a family or a senior.
Drop a Abe Lincoln or an Andrew Jackson or Ben Franklin
Or buy
into
your
the
kitty
Santa Claus
a special
bucket.
can of food as he sits on your microphone cord while you're trying to record a podcast.
He's being good right now. He is just laying here on the table. Good job, Odin. You're
Well, he
good
was
kid.
on my papers. Oh,
Oh,
and now he's biting.
But yeah, there are great companies out there. There are also terrible companies. Please keep this in mind. Yeah, there's a world out there of really good people, and they're trying to do good. And I would love for us to be able to help those folks out. And I love that whole 25-75 rule. If their overhead's 25% of what they bring in, and they're able to pay their people 6 digits, 7 digits, by all means, these are great individuals. These are marketing, business geniuses. But 93 cents out of every dollar, that's ridiculous. And the one that's one of the most horrible, I believe, is the Clinton Foundation. I just do not like those people.
Anyway. Brad, do you have anything else to say? I think Bert said enough.
I'm good. Merry
All right.
Christmas.
I mean, we're getting up to there. We're getting up to Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I wanted to do an episode where we talk about good things before we do what we're going to do next week. Tune in next week for some not-so-fluff piece. If you want to talk to us about giving back or you want to give us your downloads, you can find us on Podbean and the Podbean app, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher. You can contact us and tell us that you gave us your downloads on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at MouthSpotty. And I now know that we are on Apple Podcasts because I got an iPhone now. And Google Play Music as well.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Well, I said YouTube.
Did you say YouTube?
I said
didn't hear
YouTube.
Sorry.
We would like to thank Purple Planet for our music and including the commercial at the beginning of this episode. I had to. I cracked out on Sarah McLachlan, ASPCA, and then I just put in ASPCA commercials. And you know who was right there with Sarah McLachlan on those sad-ass commercials that make you feel like a piece of shit?
Alyssa Milano.
Willie Nelson, man.
Oh.
You were always on my mind. And then I watched a dog video about abuse with Amazing Grace playing in the background, and I'm like, boom, I'm done. No more of this shit, or I won't be able to function today.
Jeez.
So, yeah, don't watch any animal videos that has Amazing Grace playing in the background. It will ruin your whole day.
I could see that. I could see that. So
This is Stephanie.
this is Bert, Flat Earthers.
Brad.
Contact us.
Good night, everybody.